Welcome to Neural Wings, your source for Kalamazoo Wings game analysis and predictions, brought to you by absolutely no one. I'm your host, Ano, here with your game day brief for tonight's showdown at the Wings Event Center. The K-Wings host the Indy Fuel for a $3 Friday in Kalamazoo, which means the atmosphere will be electric, the beer and hot dogs will be cheap, and the stakes higher than ever. Let's get into it. Matchup history. This marks the sixth time these Central Division rivals have clashed this season, and while the early record favored the Fuel, the tide has begun to turn in Kalamazoo's favor. The K-Wings currently trail the season series with a record of 1-3-1, having dropped the first four meetings, before finally breaking through with a thrilling 3-2 overtime victory back on January 17th. That win was a massive mental hurdle for this locker room, proving they can solve Mitchell Weeks and the Indy defense when the pressure is on. Across those 5 games, Indy has outscored Kalamazoo 15-10, but the K-Wings have been the more disciplined team lately, finding ways to maintain pressure, even when the scoreboard isn't in their favor. With this being a home game on such a major promotional night, history suggests the K-Wings find an extra gear in front of a capacity crowd, and they'll need every bit of that energy to even up the season's momentum. Game prediction. The Neural Wings model has processed the recent surge in Kalamazoo's offensive production, alongside the defensive metrics from Indy's latest road trip. Despite the early season struggles against this specific opponent, our integrated data layers are actually leaning toward a more balanced matchup than the historical record might suggest. We are currently projecting a win probability of 51% for the K-Wings, giving them a razor-thin edge over the Fuel's 49%. On the betting side, the model sees the Wings as slight favorites at -110, while the Fuel sit at even money. Our final score prediction for tonight is a hard-fought 3-2 victory for Kalamazoo. We anticipate the game being decided late in the third period, likely on the back of a special teams play or a gritty rebound near the crease, as both teams are expected to play a very tight, playoff-style brand of hockey. Keys to the game. The primary objective for the K-Wings tonight is to survive the first 10 minutes without surrendering a lead, something they struggled with in their previous losses to Indy. The Fuel are notorious for aggressive starts, often looking to silence the home crowd early with a quick transition goal. If Kalamazoo can weather that initial storm and keep the game scoreless or tied heading into the first intermission, the advantage shifts heavily to the bench depth of the Wings. Secondly, the team must maintain high special teams discipline. Indy's Michael Marchesson and Jaden Joseph thrive on power play opportunities, and the Wings simply cannot afford to give them free looks. Finally, the focus needs to be on shot quality over quantity. In their last meeting, the Wings were efficient with their chances, and repeating that patience rather than just firing from the point will be the difference maker against Indy's structured defensive shell. Players to watch. Josh Bloom, number 71. Since returning to the lineup, Bloom has been a spark plug for the offense. His speed and familiarity with the system make him a nightmare for Indy's slower defensive pairings, and he's overdue for a multi-point night. Nolan Walker, number 51. Coming off a recent hat trick and a hot streak in early February, Walker is the player Indy is most likely to shadow. His ability to create space for his line mates will be just as important as his own scoring touch. Colin Sackerman, number 23. As the team captain and a defensive anchor, Sackerman's physical presence will be vital in clearing the front of the net. He's also been contributing more on the score sheet lately, providing a veteran stabilizing force. Well, that's it for today. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. It helps out more than you know. I'm Ano, and this is Neural Wings. Let's go, K-Wings.